These are 8 times officers caught something on their body cams that nobody can explain, and the more you look at the footage, the less any of it starts to make sense. Case 1. The voicemails. On the morning of March 11th, 2026, a man in Florida walks up to a police officer in a parking lot with his phone already in his hand.
Hi.
I'm just wanting to document everything that's going on, so I'm pulling up. This is from last night. You saw the email I sent you?
Mm-hmm.
Said, I don't know if you want to go through these again, but I don't know if you listened to them. It's scary.
What is going? Clearly, something's going on with her. Like that's not normal behavior.
I don't know how you make your voice sound like that.
Right.
He isn't there to report a crime against himself. He just wants everything documented, on the record, because of what he woke up to the night before.
Okay, so you had them last night when these voicemails were coming in?
And I saw them this morning. And that is scary. Like, that gave me chills the first few times.
Right.
I don't know how scared I have to actually be.
That doesn't sound like she's in her right state of mind at all.
In the space of a single hour, his ex-wife had called him 17 times and left 9 voicemails. The two of them were married for years, and the kids they share are the only reason he still has any contact with her at all. He's moved on. He has a new partner and a new life. But when he starts playing the voicemails back for the officer, the sound coming out of the phone doesn't land like a message at all.
Do me a favor and play them. Play the other one.
Okay, we're up to second one here. That was 145. This is 146. $47.
You married him, and you want everybody to tell for your love. You fucking lie. You still alive. You're alive. You're alive. You're alive.
47. 149.
It's screaming, crying, a voice begging for help, and saying that someone has been killed, twisted, and stretched until there's barely anything human left in it.
It's 150. $151. It's 152. This is 154.
The officer goes quiet while it plays. Then he asks the man, more than once, if he's completely certain that voice belongs to his ex-wife. He says he's certain. Nobody else has that number, and nobody else is calling him. But the part that clearly frightens him most isn't the screaming itself. It's what he can hear buried underneath it. His kids are sometimes with her when these calls come in, and he admits he can't always tell whether he's listening to his ex-wife on that recording or his own daughter. Later that day, the officer drives out to her house to check on her. According to the report, she had already gone back and deleted some of her calls from that night. She grew agitated the second the officers arrived, and she was arrested for obscene communication, a form of stalking, with a court date set for early May. When the footage was uploaded online, the comment section landed on the same word over and over: demonic. Thousands of people were convinced the voice wasn't a woman having a breakdown at all, but something that had gotten inside her and started speaking through her. There's no way to prove a thing like that, obviously, and there's nothing on the recording that cleanly rules it out either. What you're left with is a custody dispute, a visit from the police, and 9 voicemails that most people can't make it through to the end. Case 2. The Old Liberty High School. 2 brothers run a channel where they spend their nights inside abandoned buildings, calling out to whatever they think might still be inside.
Yeah, guys, we're going to be approaching tonight the Liberty High School. Never been investigated before. Never! Never ever. It's in Ohio, bro. I'm really nervous for this school in particular due to the unknown amount of history.
In the summer of 2024, they picked a place almost nobody had ever investigated, the old Liberty High School in Ohio. It's a huge 4-story building sitting all alone in the middle of farmland. There's almost no history left about the school, which is part of what drew them to it. Most of the records are gone. The little that survived is grim.
At Liberty High School, it is documented that the staff would use a method called the sin box, an extremely small room designed to mimic the effects of a solitary confinement cell. So these children being placed in solitary confinement rooms during school, bro. No. During school. That would piss me off and make me miserable. And imagine the energy that's locked into this place, dude. If a child misbehaved, the staff would shove children inside a tiny room overlooking the gymnasium and would even put a board alongside the open wall, shrouding the room in complete darkness. Imagine you're stuck all day in like a few feet by few feet room, and all you can do is just think about what you did.
Back when the school was still open, the staff used to punish kids with something they called the sin box, a tiny room built above the gymnasium that was so small a grown man can touch both walls at once. If a child misbehaved, they'd be locked inside it, and a board would be slid across the open side to seal them in complete darkness for the rest of the school day. The brothers read all of this out loud before going in.
Oh, I'm so nervous. God, dude. At night, this thing is terrifying, bro. Look at that. Oh my god. Dude, this is gonna be terrifying, man. Let's go to the Liberty School. If there's anybody here, any spirits, children, teachers, principals, janitors, we're here to talk to you tonight. Don't be scared of us. Feel free to make any kind of noises you want. Hello? Holy moly. Someone's got thrown, dog. Can you walk towards us? Whoa, bat.
Where, dude?
Bird.
What the hell was that?
It's a bat, I think.
It is a bat.
Oh no, this isn't good.
No, that's not good.
This isn't good. Oh crap.
Hey, bat.
Hello?
Hey, mister. It's right there, you see it? Mr. Bat? Mr. Bird? Okay,
Oh,
it's a dove.
It's a dove. Pigeon.
It's a pigeon. We got him. Hey, buddy. Alright, keep exploring, bro. Let's work our way down.
We are in the same floor as the sin box.
Oh, dude, the sin box?
Right here.
Shoot, dude. So this is the box. It's basically the press box for the gymnasium. They actually lock kids who misbehaved in this box.
Standing outside while the sun sets, and one of them says what everyone watching is already thinking, that a place like that holds on to whatever happened inside it. They head in as it gets dark, and for a while it's the usual stuff. Empty rooms, flashlights, equipment that beeps for no clear reason. At one point, a pigeon flies out of the dark and scares them so badly, one of them almost runs, and then their devices start answering back.
Whoa. It's such an eerie feeling. I don't like it.
I don't either.
Can I keep walking, dude?
Yeah, let's just keep walking.
Okay.
What?
I hope that was a bat clear down there, but I 100% saw a black ball just go across the middle of that
Freaking
hallway.
serious.
Yes,
We
dude.
should go check it out.
Anyone down here with us? We're here to communicate. What is that?
What is that?
It's over here. Dude. Sounds in the running?
How do you explain like 10 running footsteps?
No. Since we're getting a ton of weird things right here, let's just set up in the middle, put gear all around us, and see what happens. Alright, so now we're sitting on the 3rd floor hallway. The REM pod just went nuts, so now it's time to see exactly what is up here with us right now. Can you go like that, bro? Again?
Yeah, let me take my bag off.
3, 2, 1. Dude, it's a different vibe.
Yeah, it's horrible.
So guys, look at Noah's camera. That is what we're seeing right now. Did you touch that REM pod again, that red light?
Touch one of our pieces of equipment.
Dude! Bro, what the hell was
I
that?
saw a ball of light right in front of me.
No way.
Yeah, it was like, it looked like a freaking like a plasma.
Dude, what was that bang?
I don't know, that was loud. I just heard a kid go, hey.
Yeah, it was like...
Oh my god!
Back away if we heard your voice! Was that someone else? Can you touch that again? Dude, right when you heard the kid's voice, you know what's happening, man? I don't know. But that was a clear voice. Yeah, it was like, hey! It was like a hey! I heard like weird. And then the freaking REM pod went off, detecting an energy surge.
In the old locker room, a spirit box begins pulling single words out of the static. When one of the brothers asks how someone ended up here, the box says stranded. When he asks what happened, it says homicide and then it says homicide again. A motion sensor their own father built for them, meant to light up when something crosses in front of it, suddenly goes off with nothing there, and then dies completely at the exact same second as their camera and 2 other devices, as if something in that room needed the power more than they did. Down in the basement, it doesn't stop. One of them feels something touch his leg when there's nothing there. Footsteps that aren't theirs can be heard coming from floors they know are empty.
Jake! Oh my god, Jake! Was that inside? Yeah. Shh. Get down here now. Now get down here, dude. No, you come with me, bro. That was on my level. Call the cops on my phone now. Call the cops. Call the fucking cops. Call the fucking cops. Let's get out. Turn the lights off. I'm at the old Liberty High School. There's shots fired. Please come here quick. Kind of, but not really.
Okay. And what do you necessarily hear?
I just hear them. I heard them mess with the door.
And then, standing in the cellar, one of the brothers hears what he's certain are gunshots outside. 7 of them. Close. Somewhere in the parking lot. He runs to find his brother. They hear something rattling the one door in the building that actually locks. And they do the only thing that makes sense. They call the police. This is where it stops being a normal ghost hunt.
No, we just heard the gunshots right outside and I ran up here. And we hear them entering. It sounds like it. Outside by on the north side. Okay. Thank you all. Yep. We go over here?
You guys armed at all?
No, we have nothing.
Are you the callers?
Yes, yeah, we are.
So what happened?
Well, we're in
here.
We're in here filming a ghost video of all things, and I was kind of standing down here in the cellar, and it sounded like it had to have been like in this parking lot, just like 7 shots. So I ran up to him where he was up in the gymnasium, and we just heard like rattling on the door, and that's when we were like, yeah, we should probably call. The gunshots were all here. The rattling on the door and the footsteps were in the gymnasium, which is right over here.
Sheriff's office, security, or make yourself known.
Over here, like I heard on that stair.
I heard the noises, like, I don't know, because I was in the damn box.
You didn't hear the noises, like the gunshots?
No, that's why I screamed.
Jake! It was literally in that window doing an EVP session, and they were right here. For real? Like, what do you mean? What?
Let me just.
For real?
So right there on the second floor,
Yes.
we were looking this way. I heard pitter patter, like that, along that. What would that be? The east wall. Yeah. And then he hears it at the end of the hallway. And as I'm taking my light down, I see something go like
No
across.
way. Oh, you guys did ask?
Sorry.
Yeah,
And we were
Bodycam?
like, no. But we were talking about you guys.
Dude.
We're like, let's just black out for a second. So we went completely black in there. And all of a sudden we heard movement behind us and we just ran.
For real?
Because there's nobody in there.
The officers arrive and clear the building like there's a real intruder inside, because as far as they know, someone just fired 7 shots and tried to force a door, but they find nothing. No shell casings, no shooter, no other footprints in the dust. The brothers explain what they were doing in there, and the cops take it surprisingly well. Then, while they're all still inside, the officers go quiet. One of them says he heard footsteps moving along a wall on the second floor, soft and quick, heading toward the end of a hallway. As he lowers his flashlight toward the sound, he watches something at the far end of the hall go dark, like a shape stepping out of his light. He asks the brothers, more than once, if they're absolutely sure there's nobody else in the building. They tell him no. There's no one else in there. After that, the officers leave. Not slowly, and not to go write up a report, but quickly, telling the brothers that if they hear anything else, they better hope it turns out to be a real person, and then wishing them good luck on the way out. Whatever fired those shots was never found. No suspect, no shell casings, no explanation for the 7 bangs picked up on the brothers' own audio. What's left on camera is 2 trained police officers walking into a building expecting an armed man, finding nothing they could arrest, and choosing to walk right back out into the dark instead of staying to figure out what they'd just seen. Case 3. A mausoleum. Some places stay with a person because of who they belong to. For a paranormal investigator named Terry, the building she walked into in May of 2022 belonged to Josh, her partner, who had spent years working there as a night security guard before he finally stopped going back.
What's going on, guys? Got a special treat for you. Terry's gonna be doing this solo. You guys enjoy what's about to come.
She went in alone. No team, no spirit box, just a flashlight and a camera, with Josh watching the live video from outside.
Okay, so out of all the, I'm not going to talk, you guys, I'm going to be quiet. Out of all the places I have ever been to and investigated, this is, the creepiest place. This place had the most, feeling to it, is what, I can explain to you. That's all I'm going to say it. What the hell is this? Okay, I'm going to be quiet now, and here we go.
She's been inside a lot of scary buildings over the years, but she says this one felt worse than anywhere she'd ever been, and she says it before anything even happens, in the voice people use when they already know they shouldn't have come.
Does that look like somebody standing there? Go straight. As you come down, I will see the chapel on my left. Okay, go straight.
The first thing that's wrong is small. There's a light on somewhere inside the building, and when she finds the switch that's supposed to control it, the switch is off. She stops for a second to work out what that means, then decides she doesn't want to.
Oh, pardon my French, but mother effer. Holy shit. This is it, you guys. It is locked. Josh, can you please, you're not helping me here. Oh my god, this is as scary as it is. Fuck. Oh my god. I don't see any steps. Oh god. Is there anybody here? Is there anybody here? Can you give me a sign? Well, there is a light switch, but the switch is off.
And keeps walking deeper inside. She gets lost almost right away. The place twists back on itself, with doors already hanging open that she doesn't want to touch. And somewhere in the dark, a woman can be heard screaming. It isn't faint, and it isn't far enough away to ignore. She calls out to Josh through the camera and asks if he heard it too. He did. Watching from outside on a feed with its own delay, he heard the same scream she did.
Of course, the door is wide open. Shit. Yep. Okay, Josh. Did you hear that? I swear to God, I heard a woman's voice. Is there somebody in here? Hello? How do you feel that Josh isn't patrolling here anymore? The door was open. Both doors were open. So I don't want to open and close any doors. Who's here? Straight in through those doors. Is anybody here? Is a little boy or girl here? Do you miss Josh not coming around? Okay. Okay, Josh, where do I go? Down the stairs and to the right? I don't know what the hell. That's where the woman was screaming at. Yeah, I heard this woman screaming. Where do I go? Is anyone in here? Security. I just heard something behind me. Where do I go? Where do you want me to go, babe? This is messed up. Oh my God. Holy fuck. Sorry, you guys, for my language, but if you knew how it felt. Who's in there?
After that, she stops talking to the camera and starts talking to the building. Is anyone here? Are you lost? What do you want? At the end of one long hallway, a figure can be seen standing perfectly still, too far away to make out a face, close enough that she doesn't wait around to see one. She notices light coming from a room that should be empty. She hears something move behind her in a hallway she already walked through. By the time she finds her way out, she's soaked in sweat and shaking so hard she can barely talk.
Who are you? Are you lost? I heard something. Are you lost? What do you want? I just seen a light coming from somewhere. Okay. I'm lost. You're gonna have to help guide me back because I don't know where the fuck I am. Forgive my language, you guys. This is... If you knew how this shit felt. Okay, I think I know where I am now. Oh, shit. Oh my god. Looked like there's something standing there. What the hell's going on? What happened?
And the fucking dog was barking and growling or something. It wasn't the fucking sirens. And then I kept fucking, on the live, I kept hearing fucking, as soon as you were coming up there, I heard a woman.
Yes, me
I was hearing
too.
fucking screaming, things
Yes.
saying yes. I was telling in the lights.
I didn't hear any yes, but I heard that woman screaming. The only reason I started getting huff and puff was you're like, get out of there now.
Yeah.
I thought the cops were coming.
No.
Fuck.
The thing that finally broke her wasn't the figure. It was Josh's voice in her ear telling her to get out now. Which in the moment, she thought meant the police were on their way. There were no police. It was just the two of them. One inside and one watching from the car, both hearing the same woman scream in a building where no woman should have been. Nobody knows who was screaming that night. Nobody knows what was standing at the end of that hallway, or why a light was on in a room with the switch turned off. Josh worked that place alone, night after night, for years. After watching Terry fall apart in there in a single visit, he finally understood why it never really left him. Case 4, the kitchen. This next one is short, and it's over almost before it starts, which is exactly what makes it stick.
Attends, je crois que c'est la double suite. Ça marche bien sûr, mais on l'a tout à l'heure. Ça marche, je vais laisser retourner chez vous. Vous avez... Ouais, mais vous avez pas un truc pour les serrures parce qu'en fait, on a pas les clés. C'est là, juste là. Oui, bah, j'ai pas. D'accord, très bien, y a pas de problème. Non, mais y a pas de problème, très bien, allez, bonne soirée. Oui, bah ça va, c'est le gars qui m'a dit qu'elle était fermée, j'y peux rien, moi. C'est lui qui est rebou, sa race. Ah, mais lui, il boit pas beaucoup d'habitude. Ouais, baissez. Ouais, carrément, franchement, il est pas bien du tout, le gamin. Ah ouais? Non. Bah non, justement, je voulais avoir ce moment et je l'ai pas eu. Et je l'ai pas eu. Je suis assez confus, désolé quoi.
The police were called out to a house during a night party. The kind of call that's usually nothing. A noise complaint that ends with everyone going home.
Maintenant, je pense qu'on va rentrer tranquillement. What? C'est vous? Excusez-moi, est-ce que vous connaissez la caméra? Ouais, bien sûr. Bon. What? L'ambiance chez vous, monsieur? Bah ouais, vous voulez venir avec nous ou quoi? Bah écoutez, non. What? Whoa!
In the footage, the officers can be seen moving through the house slowly, and even before anything happens, something about the place feels off. One of the officers seems to feel it too, moving carefully without really knowing why. Then he steps toward the kitchen, and in that same second, the entire rack over the counter comes down. Nobody is standing near it, no hand anywhere close, and the timing is what people can't get past. The exact moment he crossed into that room, like something in there had been waiting for him to come close enough. Whatever pulled it loose never enters the frame. Case 5. Room 209. September 14th, 2003. Started out as a completely normal day at the hotel, until the front desk started getting complaints about screaming coming from room 209.
What room is that? It's the room right back on to the 209. John, you copy? It's room 209. Amy says no one checked into that room, and there's reports of screaming coming from that room. Amy, he's on his way down there right now. What's going on, John?
The strange part was that room 209 was empty. Nobody had checked into it, so the manager did what anyone running a hotel would do and sent a security guard named John up to the second floor to see what was going on, while a woman named Amy stayed on the radio to pass messages back and forth between them.
There's no one checked into that room. There should be nobody in there. Wait 1 second, John. Amy, are you there? Yeah, John says he hears the screaming coming from that room. And I hear it too. But we're sure that no one's checked into that room, correct? John, just wait. We're gonna get a hold of the police, so.
Amy tells John that nobody's registered in 209, that there shouldn't be a single person in there. John goes up anyway. A moment later, he gets back on the radio and says he can hear the screaming now too, coming from inside the empty room, and Amy confirms she can hear it through his microphone. They're told to wait for the police, but John doesn't wait. If someone's being hurt on the other side of that door, waiting could get them killed, so he goes in.
John's gonna enter the room real quick just to check, make sure, see what's going on. Wait one. John? John, are you there? Okay, Amy, John wants you to call the police right now if you don't mind. He says no one's in there, but that all of the furniture's been turned upside down and the he says the carpet's been ripped up and the shower is on, but nobody's in there.
For a few seconds, there's nothing. Then his voice comes back on the radio, and it's changed. He tells Amy to call the police right now. He says there's no one inside, but the furniture has been flipped completely upside down. The carpet has been ripped up off the floor. The shower is running in an empty bathroom, and there's nobody in there who could have done any of it. As John steps into the wrecked room that was locked and empty, something described only as a white shape can be seen leaving it. Some people who've watched the footage swear it was a single figure. Others are just as sure there was more than one.
Man, that's scary. I'm officially freaked out now.
Over the years, the hotel got other reports of strange sounds tied to that same room, from guests who never stayed in it and staff who worked nearby. But this one recording, a security guard walking into a locked, empty room that had been torn apart from the inside while it screamed, is the only piece of it that was ever caught on tape. Amy's last words on the radio were that she was officially freaked out. John never explained what turned that room over, and nobody has since. Case 6. The Man Who Kept Getting Up. On March 16, 2023, the police were called out to a house after a report that a young man was behaving in a way that didn't make any sense.
Hey, stop, right now. Stop. Relax. John, you just jumped in the banister again. Relax. What's going on? Why are you jumping like that? Are you hurt?
In the Bodycam footage, the officers walk in to find him standing by the railing on a staircase. Without any warning, he climbs up onto it and drops, jumping down onto the floor below, and then a little while later, he does it again. His family tells the officers he's already done it several times in the last half hour. Earlier, he jumped off the deck outside, a drop of 7 or 8 feet, got back up, and did it again. He hurt his shoulder badly enough that they took him to the emergency room, where he was checked over and sent home, and even that didn't stop him. The strangest part isn't the jumping, it's how still he goes in between.
You want to talk outside? What's going on? Are you hurt? You not talking to me is not going to solve anything. You have to figure out what's going on. That's not normal. Do you want to talk to me, or are you just going to stand there? Back up. Hey, relax. I'm not trying to fight you or anything, okay? Because that obviously wasn't normal, what I just saw.
Yeah, he jumped 3 times in the space of last half an hour.
Okay. Are you injured at all?
He hurt his left shoulder.
Okay.
Doing cartwheeling, I took him to emergency. They checked him out, he's fine. But that didn't stop him from jumping again. He also jumped outside from the.
Can you just?
A few times. The deck is like 7-8 feet down. Land is 7-8 feet down.
Okay.
He jumped that and then he started jumping here.
Over here.
The officers try to talk to him and he won't answer. He stares right into their eyes and says nothing. He isn't threatening anyone, and he isn't asking for anything. He just stands there watching them, and every so often, his hands slowly close into fists on their own. One of the officers keeps his voice calm and steady, telling him that whatever this is, it isn't worth it, that nobody thinks he's a criminal, that they only want to make sure he's okay. The young man barely responds. When he finally does move, it's toward the officer, slow and silent, in a way that puts everyone in the room on edge without a single word being said.
Nobody's in trouble or anything. The fact that you keep moving and shuffling towards me like you're about to swing on me or something is disturbing for me. I see what you're doing. You're trying to get into some type of position to try and flank me or whatever you're trying to do. And we're not going to go down this route, okay? Or you're going to try and run. You're not going anywhere right now, okay?
Under arrest.
Get in hand position. Hands now!
I got this hand. Alright, stop fighting. Just relax, okay?
His parents are watching all of this happen in their own home, and they can't explain it. The officers can't explain it either. He isn't drunk, he isn't making demands, and he's thrown himself off things hard enough to hurt himself, and gone right back for more. All while looking at people like he's staring straight through them. When he finally lunges, it takes several officers to hold him down, and he's taken into custody. The report lists the charges, but it doesn't, and it can't, explain what everyone in that house actually watched that night. A man standing silent in his own home, staring, throwing himself off things that should have hurt him, and getting back up every single time. Case 7. Say My Name. On September 1st, 2022, A man walked into a Walmart, picked up something he had no way to pay for, and then simply refused to leave. The staff called the police, but by the time the officers arrived, the stolen item was the least strange thing about him.
What's up, man? How you doing? Hey, check this out. Look at me real quick. Hey, anything that you willing to buy, they don't want you to buy it. So I need you to come to the front with me. I'm gonna explain to you when I get to the front. All right? Just come with me right now. I'm temple. I'm trying to tell 677 movie electronic section. I think the gentleman is gonna walk with me to the front of the store. She will pay for it. Nah, they don't want you. They don't let you buy them. Why is that? They don't want you to buy them. I'll just skin them. I don't choose to get them by right. I got. Put them down. You can't buy them. You're all right. They're not gonna let you buy them. I'm taking it. Listen, this is where if you don't listen to me, you go to jail. So put them down. I'm taking it. Listen. Hey, don't touch me. Don't touch me. You don't have any. Hey.
The strange part was that he wouldn't tell anyone his name. They take him down to the floor and cuff him quickly. And from there, the whole thing turns into one long standoff over a single question. What's your name? He won't answer it. Instead, he keeps saying the same thing back to them, over and over, telling the officer to say his name, as if the officer already knows it and is just refusing to say it out loud.
Stop. You can roll over. I'm not trying to choke you. But if you don't act like that, I'm gonna do whatever I need to do. Stop. Stupid, call the name. Roll over. Say the name. Say the name. Say the name. Say the name. Say my name. Stay on. Say my name. Hey, don't give up. You're gonna get tased. You're gonna get tased. Say my name. Say my name. Say my name. Say my name. You can say my name. Bob, I want to see it. You know, traffic still though. I'm not familiar with him.
They ask him again. They explain pretty patiently that the jail won't release him if they don't know who he is, that he'll end up sitting in a cell until he tells them something. He doesn't care. When they finally push hard enough, the name he gives them isn't really a name at all. Marty, Mighty, Mighty Mo. There's no last name that stays the same twice. No date of birth, no address, nothing they can check against anything real. At one point, he says something the officer clearly doesn't know what to do with. He tells them there are a lot more of us than there are of you. Not more of me, more of us. The officer lets it slide and gets back to the paperwork. But on the recording, that one line lands like a crack in an otherwise ordinary arrest. A man with no name and no ID, calmly claiming to speak for something bigger than just himself. The part that never adds up is how little of it fits together. He had no money, no card, no way to buy the thing he wouldn't put down, and no way to prove he was anybody. He wasn't violent the way people usually get when they're caught. He was locked onto one idea, that his name was something the officers were supposed to already know, and that saying it was their job, not his. They put him in the car still asking, and he rides off still refusing. He goes to jail under a name that means nothing. A man who showed up out of nowhere, wanted nothing he could actually pay for, and wouldn't let a single officer find out who he really was. As far as any record shows, they never did. Case 8. The Stop. On August 9th, 2024, what should have been a simple speeding stop turned into something the officers couldn't quite make sense of. They pulled a woman over on a road she didn't seem to want to explain being on, and almost right away, the whole thing stopped acting like a normal traffic stop. She tells the officer she doesn't have time for this and tries to leave. When they move to arrest her, she fights it, and from there the recording turns into a long string of things she